This is Radio 4.
And now Radio 4 is pleased to present you with highbrow satirical comment for all our hyper-intelligent listeners with IQs higher than our frequency.
I say, have you noticed that the Maastricht crisis is exactly like the argument Newton had with Leibniz over the existence of the vacuum?
Really?
Why, yes. And it's all the fault of that John Major.
I wonder whether the listeners noticed that witty allusion to Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment in the first sentence of the sketch.
I'm sure they did. Remember, they all have IQs higher than our frequency.
And now on Radio 4, comedy for thick people.
Weekending February the 19th. A look back at the week's news with Sally Grace, Alistair McGowan, Chris Emmett and Simon Godley.
Gentlemen, and lady, we'd like to present just a few of the super new Radio 4 campaign ideas the boys in the back room have thrown out. So why don't we wash our clothes in a few of them and see where the blisters come, yeah? Okay, here it is. If your IQ is less than our frequency, then we're not for you.
I like it.
Great.
Yes. Yes. IQ over 93.5. Yes. Populist, friendly, unjudgmental, catch-all, and really specific information about our programs. I like it.
Great.
Yes.
Oh, now, hang on there. There's just one catch. You'd have to be more intelligent in Llandudrod Wells. It's 104.9 there.
Oh.
And, of course, if you're in a car travelling down the A1 between Grantham and Peterborough, you'd only be a Radio 4 listener if you had intermittent flashes of brilliance.
True.
Yes. And, of course, in most of the valleys in Wales and all of Scotland, you wouldn't be able to think at all to be a Radio 4 listener.
I think we may put too many people off with this one, gentlemen.
Okay. So we want a clever play on words combined with a strong message which hits home the high intelligence of your listenership whilst taking great care not to alienate new audiences.
Exactly
right.
Yes.
Okay, right. Try this one.
Yeah.
Radio 4. If you don't already listen to us, don't bother. It's probably better if you stick to watching Gladiators videos and beating 7 bells of shite out of your girlfriend just because she's pregnant again. Plus, you blew all your housing benefit on the tooth-eared at Ascot. The lift stinks of stale urine, and you forgot to steal a bottle of scotch on the way home from seeing your probation officer. We are better than you because we wear graph paper shirts, worry about someone rusty, and play that game Botticelli at dinner parties, whereas you are working class and probably operate the waltzer in a fairground. We hate you.
Now I think we're getting somewhere. Great. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage Magic Major and his amazing magic cabinet.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm Magic Major, and this is my glamorous assistant, dressed only in a sequin bikini, Tristan Garrell Jones. Yes, here he is. And tonight, pure improvisation, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we're making it up as we go along. And for my first trick, Tristan, hand me that very important piece of paper over there. Okay, in my hand, I have the very important piece of paper. Nothing up that sleeve, nothing up that sleeve. Right, now I'm going to take this dangerously pointy pen. Stand back, please, and cross this bit out, cross these lines out, add a bit here, take away the piece of paper you first thought of, and... hey, presto! A completely different, although similar in some respects, very important piece of paper! Oh. Thank you. Okay, next trick. Pick a lawyer, any lawyer, fold this flat white square thing with writing on it, put it in his hands, and abracadabra! It's full of holes! Very pretty! Yes. Thank you. Now, we take these holes, and into them we drop all these colourful little amendments from under my hat here, all tied together at the corners. How gay! Give it a bit of a shake-up, and... presto! They've disappeared! Thank you. And finally, for my finale, complete silence, please. I will need a willing volunteer to step inside my magic cabinet. Hands up. Lord Tebbit, thank you.
What?
And now, I take this helpful household tool and I...
I've changed my mind. I've changed my mind.
Too late now, Norm.
Ow! I'm bleeding.
Shall we, watch telly then?
What's on?
One of those sex programs.
I want to watch one of those every night.
So, other people do. We never do.
Well, I'm too tired. Anyway, what if the kids come in?
We never watch TV together anymore. You always go upstairs to bed.
It's just that I feel we're in a rut with these sex programs. They're not exciting. lighting anymore.
They could be. I mean, we could keep the lights on or carry the TV out onto the stairs and watch it there. Or we could record it and watch it in the morning.
No, you'll just fast forward to the end like you always do.
No, I won't. Oh, go on, please.
No!
Why not?
Because you always lean on me while we're watching. And as soon as it's over, you fall asleep. I mean, you never want to talk about it.
You never suggest it. I mean, it's always me that initiates it. You don't even take hold of the remote control anymore.
Let's just forget it. I'm not in the mood.
Well, if you don't want to watch telly, what do you want to do?
I thought perhaps we could have, you know...
Oh, Georgie, that's disgusting. Anyway, we can't do that till after 9 o'clock.
Anyway, as I was saying, Mrs. Bainton, as the church has been trying to point out, it's not that there aren't enough churchgoers, simply that there are too many churches.
Yes, that's very interesting, Vicar. Now, would you care for some more tea?
Oh, no. You see, it's not that I need more tea, it's just that I need a bit less cup. And in your super soar-away sum this week, 10 things you never knew about gravel.
It's sort of gravelly.
It's sharp and pointy.
Ouch, it hurts.
You can't eat it.
It won't wash your dishes for you.
Carpets are better.
You can't take it for a walk.
It's a bit like sand, but more uneven.
It's useless in bed.
And it never makes speeches at Christmas and won't sue you for breach of copyright.
OK, crawling, smarmy letter to the Queen for tomorrow's front page. Ready?
Far away.
Dear Mom, we at the Sun are very sorry... Oh, what's that word beginning with S?
Sad?
Sad, that's it. We at the Sun are very sad if we caused any offence by printing your Christmas speech a couple of days early, and would like to take this opportunity to...
Appeal? Appeal to your sense of proportion in this matter.
Brilliant. Furthermore, we want to express our deep revulsion, at the way your personal affairs have been drooled over by certain sections of the tabloid press. We hope you will find it in your heart to
forsake any legal action you might have been planning against us.
Yeah, and here's 200 grand to demonstrate there's no more honourable paper than the Sun. Dylan Evening Echo.
More wine, sir?
Thanks very much, I'm sure. I must say, Mr. Smith, this is very nice.
No, not at all. It's the least we could do. Now that the Mirror has lost its political editor, it's important that we cultivate links with what is now the new leading voice of the Labour Party.
The North Shrewsbury Argus tries its best. Up the miners, eh?
Oh, indeed, yes, and other great motor cars of the 60s. Yes, you see, we must never forget the great power of the press. It's vital that we reach the main body of the Labour voters. What's your circulation?
With both Roneos working, over 75.
Oh, so no worries there. Yes, what we need is a paper that can reflect the concerns of the modern Labour Party.
Right. So we'll drop the situation vacant column then.
We need witty, intelligent journalism handling the issues of the day in a style most becoming the Labour Party of the 90s.
I tell you what, I could get in a chap I know on the Telegraph.
Then where's that waitress with the wine?
Yes.
Okay. Well, how about the positive approach then? If you're posh, you've got a vulva, conservatory, cleaner, and your daughter does ballet, then we're for you.
If you appeal to fewer people than our frequency, then we're for you. Radio 4, home of Kaleidoscope, the shipping forecast, Round Britain quiz.
Yes. I did quite like the ones where you told people we're not for them, though. That seemed like a good idea.
No problem. Plenty more where those came from.
Staff at Sellafield say they would welcome any independent inquiry into last week's radiation leak in addition to their own, as it's always been their policy that two heads are better than one.
Following claims that the British Rock and Pop Awards were out of touch with today's youth, a spokesman said that in his day award ceremonies were treated with a bit of respect, and music critics should only speak when spoken to, and let that be an end to it.
Managers of MFI, who are being forced to lay off staff at their Shropshire plant, say they are disappointed, as the workforce took a very long time to assemble.
As the government is told that many students are reduced to begging or taking low-paid factory jobs, a spokesman says it's encouraging to hear not all students end up unemployed.
Oh, thank you, Manuel. Just pop the case down over there, would you?
Si, senorita.
There you are, Manuel.
Oh, thank you very much, senorita. Enjoy your stay, eh?
Oh, thank you. Now, let me see. Suntan oil, sunglasses, bikini, Harold Robbins novel, Gemma. Oh, no! What have I done? Oh, damn! I've already read this Harold Robbins novel. Oh, well, where was I? Oh, yes, magazines.
It's a cracking story.
Right.
Kid left abandoned in a flat, all on her own, while blonde mum dances a night away in an exotic foreign location. All we need now is a headline.
Well, it's just an idea, boss, but a film analogy does rather suggest itself.
Good. Any particular film you had in mind?
Well, I thought maybe Last Tango in Paris.
Excellent. Why that one, though?
Well, you get the dancing aspect at least.
But the mother's actually gone to Spain.
Then how about Gone with the Wind, eh? I mean, the mother has kind of gone.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Spain is quite a windy place.
Now, I think this is the one you're looking for, boss. I mean, it's crying out for it, isn't it?
Well?
Peter's Friends. Well, the girl must have at least one school chum called Peter, and the mother probably knows someone by that name as well. Bingo, they're both Peter's friends.
Yes, yeah. Look, actually, I'm not quite convinced by this film business after all. Let's just stick to the facts of the matter, shall we? Right, now, I know it's a bit of a last resort, but still, what's basically happened is that this poor kid has been left at home alone, right?
Hang on.
Wait a minute.
Now, just say that again slowly, boss.
Yeah.
Well, this kid has been...
All set for a great holiday, honey? Got everything?
I think so. Oh, no, hang on. We forgot the kid.
Gemma Gibson is 11 years old and she's been left at home alone. A bit like in that film, Home Alone.
Oh, yikes. I don't believe this is happening. What am I going to do?
Yasmin Gibson is her crazy mom who's gone off and left her alone at home. Like the parents in that movie. What's it called? Home Alone. Except she's English and unmarried.
Gee, I don't believe this is happening. What am I going to do?
And the Sun reporters are the two bungling baddies. A bit like Joe Pesci and Danielle Stern.
Get the kid, Frank. She's nothing but trouble. And a bit like Macaulay Culkin.
Say, Ken, aren't we supposed to be burglars?
You'll ruin the analogy.
Gemma Gibson is Home Alone, appearing now in newspapers, magazines and television programs across the country. A bit like that film. You know, the one when the kid's left alone while the parents go away? The one with Macaulay Culkin in it. Yeah, that one.
Bill, are you going to be long in there?
No, honey, I'll be right out. Gonna have to think up a really good one for this taxes business, Elmo. Yeah, I know. I'll say it was a joke, and then everyone fell for it. Yeah? How about the pledge wasn't broken because I had my fingers crossed? Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, and I didn't say Simon Says. My fellow Americans, I'm not breaking my pledge because we were playing opposites and everything I said meant the reverse. What if I claim I was captured by evil space aliens who cloned me and that the clone made the pledge, not me? Yeah. And I tried that one last year.
Bill Clinton, you said you'd be right out. You're a low-down, filthy liar.
Hey, that's it. Why didn't I think of that? You cracked it again, Hillary.
Silence in court. Manchester Crown Court is now in session. Foreman of the jury, how do you find the defendants?
Well, my lad, I suggest we ask the police to set up a few roadblocks, get the tracker dogs, distribute photos, that kind of thing.
Good idea. Court adjourned. After a store is held up by an armed robber wearing lipstick and heavy eyeshadow, police say they're looking for someone who'll really enjoy prison life.
After diagrams of blocks of marble by Michelangelo were used by the British Museum as part payment of a tax bill, Inland Revenue officials set about trying to get blood out of them.
Following the government's plans to ensure people wishing to attend college would be no worse off than if they were on the dole, a spokesman said they would not, unfortunately, be able to extend this to the teachers.
Norman Lamont has said Britain is well on the way to economic recovery. The Burke.
Jeez, this auditioning is really getting me down, man. It's really a drag for Bill to quit the gig. Hey, Keith, how many more we got to see today?
Oh, just the one, Mick. Bit of a surprise late edition.
Come in, man.
Sunrise. G'day, chart-topping old rocker roll for your service, kids. Is this the audition to replace, Bill Wyman?
Yeah, man. What are you going to play for us?
Well, I must confess I'm a bit uncertain about the repertoire of the Rolling Stones, but then I'd never heard of Led Zeppelin.
Brown sugar?
No, thanks. Just milk, please.
Let's spend the night together.
Well, I don't know about that, mates, but you have a go on me old didgeridoo if you like.
19th nervous breakdown?
Well, I am a bit on edge. Look, how about two little boys?
Make it two little girls and it'll be just like having Bill back.
Yeah, Oprah, I have a skin disorder which is making me turn white. It's not something I want, I just have to cope with it.
There are also reports that you've had extensive plastic surgery.
That is untrue. I just have a disorder. I go to bed at night, and when I wake up in the morning, my face is totally different, and I have a hospital bill on my bedside table.
Now, we're just about to see your new video, which some dismiss as cynical, commercial, and artistically void. What can you tell us about it?
This is very distressing for me. You see, I have a disorder. It's very complex, but to put it simply, I go to the studio and record a song. Then these people make a little film to go with it, and I have to dance, and then billions of dollars roll into my bank account. It's not something I want. I just have to cope with it.
And finally, Michael, can you tell us why you use white makeup to cover up your brown blotches instead of brown makeup to cover up the white bits?
Don't you want to ask me about being a virgin? I can tell you some great stuff about Brooke Shields. I gave it to her.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, but, you're Dolly Parton, aren't you?
Well, this bit is, and that bit is, and, oh no, that bit was, but this bit is, I think.
Yes.
So we agreed on that.
Okay. Some more of the exclusive appeal version.
Yes, right.
Radio 4, if your IQ is lower than our frequency, then why not just try and count the nice big silver buttons on top of the radio until you wet your bed and the nurse comes and hits you?
Very good, yes, I like that. That's catchy.
Radio 4. I don't mind the Indians. At least they work hard. But I wish they wouldn't display all that curry powder right next to the proper food. My Allinson's thick sliced had a distinct pong of tikka masala the other day. And all those arranged marriages, it's not normal, is it? 93.5 FM.
That's good. Radio 4, come on, I'll take you all on.
Oh, yes. Oh, is this the hospital? Please help me. Where's casualty? It's an emergency.
I see, sir. Name and address.
What? Roderick Francis, 146 Coupland Terrace. It's this knife in my neck, you see.
Oh, dear. Have you had this long, sir?
No, just 5 minutes. There was a fight in the pub, for crying out loud. I think I'm hemorrhaging. I'm swallowing blood. My vision's going. I can hardly stand up.
Is it giving you trouble, then? Only it is Saturday night. Not a lot of community health available on a Saturday night, you see. Oh, do you have an appointment?
No, of course not.
Oh, dear. Well, I could give the nurse a ring. She said she was staying in tonight. She could give you an earwax plunge. How would that be?
No.
And the locum physiotherapist is sitting upstairs in clinic just strumming his fingers.
Please, can't you direct me to the nearest casualty department?
Certainly, sir. It's, Belgium.
But
Oh, look, how silly me, nearly forgot. There is one place left on this evening's Help Yourself to Stop Smoking Now session. Are you sure you wouldn't like to try that instead?
I don't smoke.
Oh, good for you. It's very bad for your health. I've got a leaflet you can have.
So this is improvements in the hospital service, eh?
Oh, now, Mr. Francis. You'll find lots of lovely new magazines in the waiting room. Mr. Francis? Oh, you can't lie down there. I'm sorry, the porters don't like it.
In a detailed resume of proposed hospital mergers, it has been announced that the Women's Free Hospital is to merge with Guy's to form the Guys and Gals.
The University College Cardiography Wing will merge with the German Hospital and the Royal Marsden to create the Jerry and the Pacemakers.
The Middlesex will merge with Great Ormond Street to create Great Sex.
And on a neighbouring site, St John's and St Thomas's will combine for an all-new male fertility clinic.
Yes, Roy of the Rovers may be hanging up his boots after 39 years in the game, but don't go away. As from next week, you'll be able to keep up with the continuing adventures of the Melchester and England Star in the pages of an all-new publication. Available at your newsagents on Monday, Roy, the sad, washed-up football has-been. Thrill as Roy joins the ranks of the part-time pundit, drawing on his vast experience of the game to provide illuminating insight and commentary.
Come on, Roy, you can do it!
Use an adverb, Roy, an adverb!
Oh! Gosh, who would have guessed that the great Roy Race would make even less sense than Mick Channon?
Stare in wonder as the ex-Melchester ace suffers a string of broken relationships and sinks slowly into alcoholism.
Oh, what a sad sight to see the once great striker reduced to such a pitiful wreck.
Yes, but he makes a lively and unpredictable chat show guest, doesn't he?
Go on, Roy. Another expletive on primetime television will make a hat-trick.
Gasp with excitement as the one-time boy wonder teams up with his former playing colleague to host a television show, providing a quirky and off-the-wall look at the world of sport.
Hey!
Oh, look
Look, it's time for Blackie and Roy. What a cheeky, lovable pair they are.
Is the Open University on the other side?
Oh, good point. Where's Remote?
And guffaw as Roy finally ends up a pathetic caricature of himself, trotting out the same after-dinner speech at countless amateur sports club socials.
And now to amuse and delight us all with his wealth of humorous anecdotes, Gordon Banks. What? Well, it was supposed to be Gordon Banks. Why couldn't we get him? So, who's this guy again? Oh, well, I suppose it saves us a bit of money, eh? OK, turn that music down now, lads. Come on. Now, look, after that second crushing test defeat against the Indians, I thought you could all use a bit of extra coaching. No. So I brought in Mr. Underwood here to go over a few points.
All right, lads. Well, I thought we'd start by taking a look at the opposition's bowling technique, so watch this carefully.
Oh, that's clever. How did he do that?
I don't know, he made the ball sort of turn around really fast.
That's right, lad. And what do we call that?
I'm not sure.
Come on, it's what your tumble dryer does, isn't it?
What? Vibrates?
No.
Dehumidify our laundry?
No. Come on, lads. It's the same thing as what the Earth does.
What, it reflects the sun's light?
It generates an enormous gravitational pull? Has a core that cools slowly over billions of years?
Oh, blimey. Now, look, let's try it another way. Fill in the blank, all right? A something top.
Tank top?
Big top?
Laptop?
Surrey with a fringe on top?
No. It's what Jenny does.
What, appears in the railway, children?
Oh, for Pete's sake.
It's hard, this, isn't it?
Yeah, makes your head spin.
Police searching for the abductors of Toby, the All-Ireland Championship-winning donkey, say it's a strange tale, and they've no idea who to pin it on.
Police searching for those responsible for the theft of £6 million from the Salvation Army, most of which came from the familiar street corner collecting boxes, say they made a major breakthrough when they arrested a man attempting to buy a plane ticket to Spain with a sackload of buttons and Irish 10p's.
Because of its tiny circulation, the comic Roy of the Rovers is renamed Roy of the Observer. Radio 4, if you're not listening to this frequency, then you're stupid and poor.
Yeah. If the number of complaints you receive is equal to what you've spent on a poster campaign, it must be Radio 4.
Oh, nice. Okay, Radio 4, if your IQ is lower than our frequency, then you probably thought up this advert.
Radio 4.
Is that right?
The radio station that's too clever by 93 and a half.
Oh, yes, that's the one. That's definitely the one.
Radio 4. If your listening figures are less than our wavelength, then your advertising campaign is alienating too many sections of your potential audience.
Weekending featured Sally Grace, Alistair McGowan, Chris Emmett and Simon Godley. The sketches were written by Aled Evans, Nick Hildred, Crispin Belcher, Torrable Chudney, Georgia Pritchett, Michael Dines, Andy Bodle, Jonathan Pritchard, Nick Wood, Hugh Rycroft, Captain Yarb, Paul Powell, Nelson David, Richard Ruddin, E. Seymour, Val Blackwood, Nick R. Thomas, Barry Atkins, Graham Duxbury, Tim Malbon, Dave Single and Ivan Shakespeare. With additional material by Ole Stepaniuk, Rob Colley, David Mossman, Peter Harris and Simon Hardiman. The producer was Sarah Smith.
Well, we'd like to apologise to any listeners who didn't understand that programme. It was rather demanding for those of a limited cerebral capacity. But don't worry, like all Radio 4 programmes, we'll keep on repeating it until you jolly well do understand it. And now, the real announcer.
Thank you. This is Radio 4.